Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is pretty much just a summary video of my previous base videos. So if you watch them and you feel like you've known enough, you can just skip this video, but because I've got some requests, so I'll go through all of them at once to make sure I make everything clear. So first of all, you need to understand the resources. Drones, electricity. So drones are used in two ways. When you're leveling up a building, you require a drone. When you use a drone to boost up something, that uses the drone. Drones can only be refilled by time, or when your control center reaches level 4, you can use your sanity to fast charge it. I would not recommend you do that, but it's an option. Okay, now the second resource right here is electricity. You get electricity from power plants, and every building uses electricity at a certain rate, or every building uses that. So as each level you level up your building, that's going to increase the power consumption, even dorms and control centers. Okay? Now, how do I upgrade a building? So control center is really special. You need drones, you need this special material that is only given to you if you clear the main story, and these boxes. Also, for control center you need a certain amount of buildings at a certain amount of level. So as you can see, if I want to level up my control center from 4 to 5, I'll need 10 level 3 buildings. Now, normal buildings. All you need is drones and these boxes. How do you get the boxes? You go into workshop and you craft base material. Base material are crafted from carbon that you can get from stages and quests. Now, let's go into each building and I'll go into workshop straight away. Elite materials are basically lowering from upgrading your lower tier materials into higher tier materials. That's pretty much it. The higher the level your workshop is, the higher the level that higher tier material you can craft. Skill summary is pretty much the same. You go from lower tier skill book to higher tier skill book. Chips, on the other hand, is when you have extra of one type of chip, then you can switch it to another type. So it's only between snipers and casters, casters to snipers, defenders to medic, medic to defender. So it's when they are from the same stage, then you can change them in between. Furniture is just changing your extra furniture into these bolts so that you can use the bolts to buy extra furnitures. Simple and clear. With skills, characters have skills that can boost a chance to get a byproduct. The byproduct is dependent on what you're crafting. So for example, if I'm making one of these boxes from carbon, I will get carbon as a byproduct by a chance. Okay, so shell gives 70% extra chance to get byproduct on base material. So when I'm creating these blocks, I get that plus 7% from the original 10%. That's 70% of the 10%, 70% in total. And you have the same for skill books and elite materials and so on. Now, reception room is where you can trade clues with your friends and collect clues so that you can get more friend points. Friend points are for shop. I've explained that before. I'll just skip that. Office is so that you can refresh your tags faster, and you can recruit more at once. So if your office is only level 1, you can only recruit 2 at once, which takes like 1 to 9 hours, depends. With level 3 office, you can recruit 4 at once, so you don't have to go back to the game again after like a few hours just to recruit your third the third time just to finish your daily mission. You can recruit 3 of them, so that's good. Training room is only used when you have an operator that is Elite 2 and has skill level 7. Then you can use Elite room to mastery this one of their skill at once. So you don't need training room at the start of the game. Only when you have a Elite 2 operator, then you'll need training room. Now, these rooms on the side, you cannot downgrade, okay? But the rest of the building, dormitory, power plant, factory, and trading post, you can downgrade. So, with dormitory, upgrading doesn't really help as much as you think. So you'll have some missions that require you to level up your dormitory. You can do that and then just downgrade it, which refunds all your boxes that you spent. But the drone spent will not be refunded. Be careful with that. Now, when let's say, for example, when you use your Xiao in producing in workshop, you'll use up her morale, and once her morale is up, her skill will not take effect anymore. So what you have to do is send them into the dorm and let them recover their morale. So what does dorm level do then? It increases your maximum ambience. So by putting furniture in your dorm, you increase its ambience, and for each level of dorm, it increases maximum ambience by 1000. Ambience increases the rate the morale restores, but it is not essential. So having all level 1 dorms is totally fine. Now the main stuff. Power plants are needed to get maximum electricity. Each level of building requires more and more electricity, so if I want to upgrade my factory to level 3, from 30 to 60 power consumption. Okay? So in general, you look at the electricity and see if you have enough. If you don't, level up your power plant or make a new power plant. Easy. My suggestion is have 3 power plants, unless you don't want your office to be high level, or your dorm, you don't want your dorm to be high level. If that's the case, 2 power plant might do the job. Might, because I haven't tested it out. You might have to test it out yourself, but 2 might just work. Now, trading post only has 2 functions. You either trade gold into Longmen dollar or another type of resource into your gacha currency. That is only available once your trading post reach level 3, so that is for later. And also, I wouldn't recommend you doing it anyway, because Longmen dollar is really important to level up and promote your operators, so don't do it. Factory produces experience card, metal, chips that are required to promote your 5 stars and 6 stars into Elite 2, and this Originium material that can be traded for the gacha currency in the trading post. Also only available once you reach level 3 factory, which I would not suggest you do, because that requires materials that you have to grind. So that is a really late game thing, and if you have that sanity to grind all the materials, you can just spend that money, spend that Originium, and just gacha. So don't do it, okay? Unless you really need to, then perhaps. Now, for each trading post, you must have at least 1 factory making the gold to supply the gold for the trading shop, the trading post to turn into Longmen dollar. So my recommendation for a new starter is 2 trading posts and 2 factory making gold, then 3 or even 4 factory making your experience card. If you want to, that is, if you can use more sanity and grind those Longmen dollar, you can spend the sanity to grind the experience card. It will pretty much be the same thing. Okay, so 2 to 4 factory, or even 2 to 5 factory, 2 trading posts, 5 factory, and then 2 power plant is possible. So let's say you've accidentally built your building, you want to change it out. Okay, that's doable. First, you can downgrade a tier 2 into a tier 1, and then a tier 1 into nothing. You get your boxes refunded, but not the drones, remember? So that building's moved, you can build, and then you can choose whichever building you wish. Now I'll put a trading post because I had a factory, so let's do a trading post, and click.
Infrastructure complete.
There, that is done. So that is pretty much it for the video. I think that is pretty much all I've covered. Since I have finished all of chapter 4 in closed beta, I will not be making more videos before the open beta starts. So maybe I'll just be streaming other games on Twitch, and maybe talk if you have any questions, you can come in and ask, or you can just join my Discord and ask me any question over there. And I'll see you guys in open beta then. See ya.